What's up, YouTube? What's up, Xtreme Gainz family? I'm Chuck. This is Xtreme Gainz. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say is or ever will be financial advice. Please do not take it as such. Today is Tuesday, April 26th, 2022, and this is the AMC Gme and SPY Algo Exposed daily update preparation video for tomorrow and beyond. As always, I hope you had a good day in the market today. I hope you were able to take advantage of the market-wide crazy sell-off today, blood red almost across the board, and make some money for yourselves. The premium Discord, the general Discord, as always, mopped it up, made some crazy extreme gains. I as well got and had the ability to flip my portfolio again today. I'll rattle off some scalp percentage gains for you here in a second, but it was an unreal day from that perspective. So I hope you had an opportunity and the ability to do the exact same thing. So with that said, I'm going to go over briefly here. I know I'm running late. It's almost 8 o'clock while I'm recording this right now, and I'm running behind and I want to get something out to you. However, to really dive into where I'm at with the snake theory and snake method, it would take me about 30 minutes to explain everything to you. So I'm just going to put it to you real brief, real simple. I'm going to go over these and then I'll go over the rest of it in the live stream tomorrow with y'all. But I'm going to go over the snake algo for AMC, Gme, and SPY, and macro comparatives for all three as well. So with that said, let's dig in. All right, on your screen is AMC and my snake algo and snake algo method. AMC finished today down 8.61% at $15.50, down an additional 0.13 in after hours at $15.48. The snake that was on here going into today that has been projecting and fulfilling led for the move to the downside. I had it down here laying on the projecting a move and a bounce off of the descending third pull from the box top, my box top method from the previous macro box top. It did outrun that to the downside. If you want to look at it that way, this is where pulling the next snake is getting tricky. Well, I'll show you here when we go to the 1 hour, the two different. So anyways, it did give that projection in that manner, and I'm going to show you a little more clear on the 1 hour. However, on the 5 minute here, what I want to show you is the micro intraday snake pulling method that I made a video on Thursday, and I talked to you all about how they divert in midday. They will divert half, and it'll either be two of the same or it'll be one of each, and one of each of the three positions, and that is straight up the way it was clipped, mirrored, or flipped. So in today's case, it ended up being a flipped initial placement, and here's what happened. The initial placement here was yesterday's 5 minute clip of the whole day. Late on here, it projected the move up this morning and then the downside move. It then diverted from that. This was indicating upside and consolidation above 1665. Real price action diverted to the downside. So I had to take this time frame from 10 a.m. till the end of day, which is where we would end, go back to yesterday, clip from 10 a.m. till end of day, bring it over here and figure out which one of the three it was going to start to fulfill and project and fulfill of. And it ended up being the mirror. So we went from a flip to a mirror. And so we had a diverted half, flipped, mirrored on today. We did this intraday in Premium Discord and watched it play out almost candle for candle. So that's where it's at for today. It landed again today, which was great. A little nuanced in the diverted half, flipped and mirrored, but nonetheless, it landed, it fulfilled. We were able to collectively get that thing on there prior to it doing all this, and we're able to watch it fulfill and potentially capitalize on some of the volatility. So that is that one. I will be clipping tomorrow, or I'll be clipping today and using it for tomorrow within the live stream, and once again trying to get that on there prior to it fulfilling. That way it'll give some intraday insight for potential candle for candle if it lines up the way this one did and the way some of the previous ones have that you all have seen. Now, going out to the 1 hour, the normal intra-week snake pull that I have typically done here the entire time that I've been on the channel here. This is the previous one. And the position I had this in going into today was something similar like that. Let me move these out of the way. And it indicated the move to the downside. I had it like this. The move to the downside, but not to the extent in which it went. So if I were to view it like this, I would clip today, right, intraday, and I would use that. Here's today's clip. Obviously, there's a couple ways to put this on here. Do you put it right at diversion? Do you put it for the whole day, indicating the bounce back up, right? Or could I look at it like this? And that this could potentially continue to fulfill into tomorrow with the move up to the 1665, which is what this would indicate in the position like this, essentially. The shrunken down one, this one here, right? It would indicate the move right there up to the 1665 as well. So if it were to do that, then I would be clipping tomorrow, and this would be completely irrelevant. So just wanted to give you that quick visual. I will, and I do want to wait before I put anything else out on it. I want to wait till tomorrow, and I'm just going to play it by ear tomorrow, see what tomorrow morning's movements give me, and make a judgment call from there as to whether or not to view this as it has not diverted yet, and fulfillment and diversion to expiration of it tomorrow, then clip tomorrow, which would go with the previous ones, Wednesday clips, not Tuesday. So this would make a little more sense to me in the methodology of this in its entirety. But that's what I'm looking at with Snake right now. I don't have anything to stand strong on when it comes from that, because it's kind of in the middle right now, and I'm not sure which one I'm leaning towards more. But that's the Snake Algo on AMC. The macro comparatives, or the macro comparative for AMC, as you know, is the macro double-double from the macro descending wedge prior to the January 2021 run-up. This is being viewed on the 4-hour chart. I had talked to you previously about this bottom being inverted up here, and I showed you in last night's video how identical that is in its entirety, and that's exactly what has happened here. If you give it an inverted mirroring by flipping it and mirroring it, it is the exact same candle for candle movement as what that bottom was indicating, and it has now fulfilled in the inverted mirroring of that, like I had discussed leading up to it. Now, I had talked about in last night's video, and I guess previous even before that, one of three scenarios that I could see happening. One, converging back with this macro comparative to the upside in this way, and it did not do that. Two, it consolidating in this ascending way and converging back with it, which it has not done that yet. Or three, a continuation to downside and a potential for it to invert mirror this double top in a double bottom manner down here. And it so far right now is looking like that is the direction it may be picking. Excuse me. However, it could bounce from here and still become the upside grind up move in that ascending manner. Also, in last night's video, I took the movements from over here and clipped and showed you how this is the exact same thing happening over here, in my opinion, and a macro comparative that I wanted to look at with this inverted mirroring that occurred up here. It was replication of this fractal over here being potentially played out again here. I said I'd be using this as a macro comparative if we went continuation downside. And look what happened today. Exact fulfillment of what that was indicating today to the downside. Then if you zoom out and take a look at this, what does it end up giving you? The inverted mirroring of that double top in double bottom fashion. And then if and when it were to do that, there would be one of two scenarios I could see here. Either obviously following this one and hopefully potentially getting that upside move, or converging back with this one, putting in this full macro double-double, and then hopefully potentially getting this move to the upside. But that's an if and when scenario. But as of right now, that is the indication from that. Potential short-term downside, unless it's already fulfilled that, and or upside move and consolidation in an ascending manner. What looks and appears to be the next 2 days worth, according to this. Does have this flash down wick here. I'm not sure if it would fulfill that. As you can see, it hasn't in previous, so I'm not too concerned about that, as I am the generalized perspective of all of these, of this macro movement, of all of these candles together are consolidation, then downside. That's AMC in its entirety. GME, the macro comparative for GME at this time, I believe, has diverted to the downside. I will be reevaluating this and a potential secondary macro comparative, hopefully tomorrow when I get some time, potentially in the live stream. I hope that's the case. GME is under the same pretense as AMC. With the snake, there's a possibility. I had it here. Where did I have it? I had it here. I had it there. I had it here. I had it diverting here this morning. If I have it here and I view it as a diversion, I have to clip the day prior to, which was yesterday, which gives me this. And then I lay this on here. That gives me that as a future potential snake for projection. However, if I view this the same as AMC, that it has not diverted yet, and that the diversion is going to be here now, I would be clipping today's movements and using that going into tomorrow. And here is today laid on top of here. That indicates the short upside move, followed by downside, what appears to be tomorrow morning, and then potential upside move tomorrow afternoon. I will again take the data that I get within tomorrow morning's movements and make a judgment call as to which one I think it potentially is, and I will go with that. I do not have either one of them right now that I am willing or wanting to hang my hat on or lean in towards in either direction right now, because I know from past experience pulling these things, it could be either one of them. They are similar in their initial movements, but obviously the continuation movements from both of these are a little bit different. So I will take a look at that tomorrow morning and the live stream and hopefully come up with something more solid for that. That is GME, SPY. The snake that we are currently continuing to fulfill is now a long-running 3-week and 2-day projection and fulfillment from this snake. I talked to you in last night's video about this snake potentially making a short-term move upside, which it did, followed by downside, which it did prior to putting in this box top right here and this move back to the upside. So it has done that in its fulfillment. The projection with it continuing to be in this location would be an upside move and then consolidation to around the 429, and then consolidation, what looks and appears to be all of tomorrow prior to a potential afternoon and or Thursday morning downside move if it were to continue to fulfill this snake in its entirety prior to its expiration, which at that time I would clip another one, or if it diverts from this prior to, then I'll be clipping because we're really close to it expiring. Then the macro comparative, which is from the 08-09 correction and crash of SPY's historical self in the extended version that I've had on here for quite some time. I have it on here. I have the macro descending third pull here as well, and this fulfilled as well. And I talked in last night's video about it and its fulfillment, and that's what it gave today. Now, looking at this, I can look at this and see that it could potentially be in one of two positions. It could be here in this position where the bottom is already in, and the next movement would go right with the snake, a move to the upside to around the 429 area, or here where the bottom technically is not in yet, and this is indicating a potential short-term move to the upside, a rejection off of the macro descending third pull, and then back down for that bottom to get put in. So that's what I will be looking at from this tomorrow if it does not just continue to go downside like it has here recently. So that's what I'm looking at with SPY, snake, and macro comparative, AMC, GME, and that's everything I have for this video. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you very much. Real quick, I didn't get to say this. I said I'd go over my ROI, my return on my investment today for my scalp ideas, 100%, 40%, 80%, 90%, 125%, 35%, 18%, 160, 265, 190, and a whopping 413% on SPY. Freaking crazy. Crazy day to make money. I said I'd go over that. Wanted to throw that in there, but if you made it to the end of the video, thank you very much. Do y'all's thing, like, comment, all that good stuff. Quick reminder, I've already said it, but I will be live here tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. from market open to market close. I hope to see you all then. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will talk to you all tomorrow morning. Later.